say, what? Well, how'd they get it there and then leave it there? Try going down a little further into the valley. I'm looking for something called Mulholland. I'm not sure I'm going to find it, because I think that connects over the top of this range. See, if I go that way, back where I came, I go to the beach. And that will lead to along the coast, of course. And then what happens is I'm on that side of this mountain range kind of thing. Whereas if I go this way, I'm on this side, or I might be on top of it. If the road, I think, connects, actually comes down to here. I didn't see it riding up here, but I wasn't looking that closely either, because I wasn't targeting signs. I was targeting curves and other obstacles, like this big hole in the ground. You know, the more I look at it, the closer I get to it. So when you start to, I was going to say before, when you start to target objects, like I was talking about that guy who looked at the front of the oncoming car on a curve and just ended up riding right into it. That also applies to your whole life, you know. It's not just where you want to be on the road, it's where you want to be in your life. Start picking where you want to be in a year, and where, in order to do that, where do you have to be in 6 months? And in order to be there in 6 months, where do you have to be in 3 months? In 4 weeks? You know, what needs to happen? And then pretty soon it's like, well, in order to be there in 4 weeks, today or tomorrow I need to do whatever, X, Y, Z. That's all target fixation too. That's why people have these things where they, you know, they want to be, let's pretend, an actor or an architect or an artist. One of the A words for sure. And you write that down on a card, or you have a picture of what your dream is, if you find something that relates to it. Even if it's, I want to buy whatever motorcycle, the latest whatever. Find a picture of it, put it on your wall, and then figure out, okay, it costs this much. How am I going to achieve that in whatever this time frame I'm going to give myself for it? You know, you're not going to say, I want to have that car, the newest bike, in you know, 10 years. You're going to say, I want it next year, or whatever it is. Motorcycle is not that expensive. Let's pretend the motorcycle you want is $15,000, $20,000. All right. So then let's pretend you can say, well, that means if I make $1,000 a day, I can have it in a month, right? 15 to 20,000. But you're probably not gonna make 1,000 a day. That's a lot. But if you take, instead of 1 month to do it, if you take 2 months, now it's $500 a day. That's still a lot. So if you say 4 months, that's $250 a day. That's almost doable. I mean, that's becoming more reasonable. It's still very high, but you see what I'm saying? If you, by the time you break it down to 12 months, that's $1,000 a month, give or take, and it's, you know, you're going to get it within, let's say, a year, year and a half. Well, $1,000 a month, and that's not that much. That's like $30 a day, something like that, $33 a day, give or take. What do you think about that? Target fixation. Pick something like that, figure out what you need to do to get there, and then stay focused on that. Ignore oncoming cars, curbs, trees, or in the case of your life, people saying, no, you can't. No, you can't, and it's not possible, and blah, blah, blah. That's all cars and trees and curbs of life. Those are obstacles in your life. Threatening is making scary, impressions on you. You're feeling insecure. That's the same as traffic and road obstacles. Life has the same obstacles. So I hope you like that. If you enjoyed that, passionately spank those like and subscribe buttons.